What is going on, everyone? Today, like I promised, I'm going to be doing an Xbox ranking. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, take a look at the consoles. We have the classic one, aka the OG Xbox. We have the 360, the One S, the One X, the Series S, and the Series X. This is going to be a little tricky. I used to own the 360, and I currently own a 1S, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so starting off with the original Xbox. It has its flaws within itself, meaning its first console. And I get it, this is Microsoft's first ever video game console. But take a look at the controller itself and its graphics whenever you boot up any game. Its graphics are highly dated, and it really doesn't feel like a gaming console that still holds up to this very sad day. So I think at the moment we're going to be putting this at D tier. Let's see. Yes, we got a fit. Okay, perfect. Next up, 360. 360. 360 I grew up with. I had the Kinect, which was Xbox's answer to the Wii with its motion sensing. And that's where lies the issue. This was meant to be a console that sold a lot of units, but it got beat by Nintendo Wii. So that's a little bit of an issue since Nintendo's Wii did so much better than the 360 and outperformed out of all them PlayStation. So it's gonna be a little bit hard. Plus, now that I think about it, the thing about this is that it was trying to be something, but in the end, it sort of became something, but at the same time, it did not. So that's the hard part about this. I think, for the sake of it, we're going to be putting this at A tier, one of the highest consoles by far. So there's that. I'll put that right there. Perfect. Next up is the Xbox One S. The Xbox One S is the thing that I have. If you haven't seen this controller right here, and you can see the console's in the background. You obviously can't see it because I'm pretty much all over the place within the video, so yeah. But the Xbox One is a really great console. It's compatible with your 360 games, whether disc or non-disc, and more so digital. And overall, it has a great selection of titles. I even have a few games for it. Hang on. So these are the two games that are here. I got this from Double Jump Video Games, Steep Winter Games Edition, and then PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I think my dad got this one. I don't know where this came from, but it just sort of appeared here. So overall, it's a great console. So I think I'm going to be putting this at S tier. Overall, great console. You should get it. So yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, does it deserve it? Okay, yeah, it deserves it. The 360 deserves it. This is a childhood console that I own alongside a PS3. And then I currently own a Wii, so I own pretty much all of the 7th generation consoles. So next up is the One X. This thing Now that I'm looking at it, where can I put this? It's a little bit tricky to think about this because it's like I have to examine this. It kind of looks like there's no way you could put like your disc in. I mean, unless it's like in between that like little gap. But I mean, I don't think there's any other way. I don't really see a possibility of how you could do it. So I think this deserves to be below the standards of Xbox One. Yeah, let's put that a little bit more there. There you go. So we got this. And there. Alright, now we're on to the Xbox Series stuff. The Series S. Man, does everything have to be digital now? Like, I get it. It's cheaper and it's more accessible to do that, but you never know when something digital gets removed easily due to licensing issues or just contract agreements not going right with third-party games, and just in general, as you've seen lately, streaming services have like taken down a bunch of stuff. So it's become a little hard to think about that. So I think this deserves the best one by far. F tier. Because we're currently living in a day and age where people have been so heavily reliable on the streaming and digital side of things, and I don't really enjoy that. I'd rather get it physical because it means that you could have the thing forever, whereas anything could get taken down easily. So there's that issue put into place on this tier list. And then finally, Series X. Now, would I recommend this? Yes and no. It just depends on the average consumer for video games. If you're a person who loved Xbox throughout your entire life, I'd suggest it. Otherwise, just play with your 1S or your 360. Or just any Xbox in general. As long as there's like nothing digital to it, like there's a disk drive in it, just like the Series X. So I think this deserves not the highest amount of love, but here. We're gonna put it right here. There you go. So I'm gonna be telling you the reasons as to why these are higher than any of the others. The 1S. Obviously, that controller, in my opinion, is much better to grasp than anything else. 360, just childhood. That's all I can say. 360 was pretty much my childhood. I played Kinect Adventures a lot on the 360. Pretty much, it was like meant to be a carbon copy of Wii Sports. I get it, but I mean, it is what it is. B tier goes to Series X. It's lower than these two, and yet higher than these few, because on one hand, it is extremely pricey, but on the other hand, better than the Series S, because in my opinion, it's backwards compatible. I think. Don't um, don't correct me on that, or don't say that I'm wrong about that, because I really have no clue. I never owned a Series X. I don't think I ever will, because I'm fine and happy with what I have, my Xbox One S. Um, so yeah. Also, another reason for the 360 to be up top is because their store is closing. So decided in honor of just many years of getting games digitally, just deciding to put it up top. So there's that. Original Xbox goes to D. Now I have. It looks. It looks to be something that could have worked, but in my opinion, really does not. Like, I don't know. There's just something strange about it. Is what I'm saying. So, moving on. The One X. I This is interesting. When I'm looking at the image and just the console in general, the D-pad. Hang on, give me a sec. The D-pad doesn't look like a D-pad. It just looks like, um, there's more plastic on these ends where I'm pointing at. And so when you have that factor, it kind of feels a little odd. And plus, I'm very used to white instead of black Xboxes, simply because um, there's barely ever been white Xboxes outside of the One S and the Series S. So, yeah. And just, is there even a way to put your disc in? Yeah, I can see that there is. But I mean, why in between these two rectangles? It's so questioning that I can't comprehend and wrap my head around it. And then finally, last but not least, the Series S. My verdict and reason? It relies on digital. Like I said before, streaming has dominated the market. What they have to, at the very least, cut costs. So they instantly remove things whenever they're either one, merging with another company that has another streaming service, or just a streaming service in general, or two, basically due to contract rights, um, and like third party support could easily be taken down. So that's the reason as to why I decided to put this at F tier. Um, I think I'm fine with everything else that's um, here. It's just this alone really is questionable as to what it is. But I mean, overall, that is my ranking. Um, Obviously, I'd like to hear yours in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Also, comment down below if past Xboxes were better than the current day generations, or if it's vice versa. Anyways, I think that's gonna be all. I think I'm fine with this list. But like I said, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.